Hey everyone, it's Mike with the Roadside Oddities YouTube channel.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up.
It's 8 a.m. and I'm here in Wichita, and I've got spring training tickets to go see the Chicago Cubs versus Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in Tempe, Arizona. Problem is, I'm over 1,000 miles away, and I got to get there in 77 hours. Now, you're thinking that's not too bad, but before I go there, I'm not actually driving directly there. I've got to make 4 stops at national park sites along the way. All right, let's go. Trip so far has been pretty smooth. Got about 160 miles to go to the Washita National Historic Site. Getting ready to cross in the border of Oklahoma. Doing okay on time so far. Traffic's been pretty light. And we should be there in about 2 hours and 50 minutes or so. All right, I made it to the Washita Battlefield National Historic Site. It took about 5 hours to get down here. You know, when you're looking at the map and you're like, oh, the back roads would be fun until you actually do it. That's how I feel. But hey, we made it. All right, so we're making it over to the trailhead here at the Washita Battlefield National Historic Site. It's really well marked, and they've got some regulations. There's no winter maintenance, but the good thing is that it's really nice out, 50 or so, and we're gonna just walk around the trail here. They got a sign here that says the brightly colored pieces of cloth that you find hanging in some of the trees along the trail are referred to as prayer cloths. Prayer bundles, prayer ribbons, prayer ties, and prayer flags. They're physical, symbolic representations of prayers and are placed here by American Indian people as part of the religious ceremonies. And they do not want you to touch, disturb, damage, or remove from the park any of these items. And it is also considered culturally insensitive to photograph these items or request that you not do so. I could see probably why you'd want to camp here, and it's kind of interesting to just take in the historical figures that were here at one time with Custer and Black Kettle. The fact that those historical figures met here. A lot of the prayer rags hanging up, and this is a spot where Black Kettle, they found Black Kettle, and there was massacre. It switches over to the unpaved trail portion, but this is definitely, I won't show it on videotape here, but this is definitely something to come and see in person. It's just interesting. Not sure how else to describe the river. There are some benches so you can sit down here, but I would definitely recommend making this a visit at some point. All right, so I made it back to the parking lot of the Washita Battlefield National Historic Site. Just kind of walking the trail. Not too bad. It's a little hard coming back up, a little steep. Really nice weather today and windy, but highly recommend anybody come out and visiting that site. All right, so I'm down to about 70 hours left before I need to be in Tempe, Arizona for the spring training game. I got 1 out of 4 stops just complete. Next stop's going to be Lake Meredith National Recreation Area. It's in the Texas Panhandle. I'm about 2 hours away from it. Plan to camp there overnight, but I'm going to have to stop and get refilled on a few things first and then head on out and try to find a campsite out there. So we're taking a detour before our stop to get groceries because I don't think we were going to make it. Just a little low on fuel here. And we're about 15 miles away still from the nearest gas station out here in the Texas Panhandle. There's not a lot. It's kind of spread out along the way. So here's hoping we make it. Folks, we cut that one a little too close, but we made it here to the cross-country barn gas. Well, it's been a long day of travel. Been in the car about 9.5, almost 10 hours. Excited to be here at Lake Meredith. It's really neat from what I've seen, just a little bit of it. We're out here in the Texas Panhandle. It's very windy. The plan is we're going to camp overnight here, probably in the car. I've got some dinner. We're going to get some dinner going. They don't have a fire ban, which is nice, but we will not be starting any type of fires. It is extremely windy, but looking forward to exploring the area in the morning. And then also the Alibates National Park site is also here. So we're going to make our way over there at some point tomorrow. And then as long as everything goes good tonight, we'll end up staying here overnight again. And then we will head out Wednesday morning. And about 60, I've got about 68, 67 hours left that I got to get to the baseball. Now, they had what they called a New York strip steak thin, which $11.98. That's how much you used to be able to get a New York strip regular for. So, not real sure what the thin is, but we'll try it out. Well, it doesn't get a lot better than this. Got an amazing sunset view. Wind is slowly starting to calm down. Got some steak on a propane dill here. So looking forward to some dinner and looking forward to a good night's sleep too here after a while. It's been a long car ride. I also picked up some sourdough bread while I was there. And if you're a medium rare, this is probably going to be the steak for you. But we'll try it out here and see how it tastes. For being cooked in a pan, it's not too bad. Not steakhouse quality by any means, but for an outdoor kind of camp night, it's not too bad. Now, sourdough bread's pretty good too. All right, so the wind's still blowing out here. It's about 6:25 at night. I looked and it says that sunset's actually at 6:36 or so. So I imagine it probably gets pretty dark out here with the fact there's no lights. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to head over to the restroom and shower area real fast and then come back and get the sleeping bag rolled out in the car and all those type of things. Tell way over there, that's where the restrooms are at. Just hot enough for instant hot cocoa. It's not too bad considering it's starting to get a little colder. I mean, it's still in the 50s, but the wind is just howling. So we'll probably head in the car here in just a few minutes after I finish some of this up. Well, it's about 8 o'clock at night. It's there's obviously no lights out here, so it seems a lot darker, but we're in the sleeping bag now in the car. Hopefully this wind dies down a little bit. It's just pretty strong, so it's not really supposed to. Tomorrow's supposed to be just as windy, so maybe we may find another spot out here tomorrow that's maybe down, not so high up off the cliff. But anyway, we will see you tomorrow morning. Well, good morning. Welcome to day 2 on our trip to Tempe, Arizona to see some spring training baseball. Wind last night did not come down until about 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not near as windy today, but it's pretty chilly. But it's supposed to be 82 degrees today. Coffee this morning, some oatmeal. Got our water going on the fire maple there. And gonna have some coffee and oatmeal. Try the new press that I got. See if I can make that. Here's the first sip of trying the coffee. It's not bad. I may have to work on this a little bit more. So gonna go visit the Alibates quarry. You have to have a ranger tour that they take reservations for, and it's like a 2-mile hike to the top. So I didn't plan a ranger tour or anything like that, but they do have this thing called the Mesquite Trail, which just circles around the visitor center. All right, so just over my shoulder there on the road, that's where it takes you to the Alibates monument. But you go down there about another half mile, and there's a barrier, road closed, everything like that. Now, as pretty as last night's campsite was, it was just way too windy being up on the hill. So I drove around and I found another campsite that looks pretty good. It's the same thing. It came up for 14 days. It's all free. And looking forward to this one to see maybe if it just kind of knocks down the wind a little bit more. It's not near as windy over here on this side as it was over there. So hopefully a little better luck tonight. Well, the wind had been pretty calm most of the afternoon, but it started to pick up. So I'm going to cook dinner a little earlier today just because if it gets too windy, I don't want to have to deal with the flames again like last night with stuff going everywhere. So nothing too crazy tonight. Just some, got some of the Old Bay clam chowder. Got a little seasoning for it as well too. We're just gonna put it in there and heat it up. And got a little bread with some of that leftover sourdough bread and honey. Now for some clam chowder out of can, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. All right, so we're pulling out, headed out from Lake Meredith National Recreation Area. Pretty cool place. Not too bad. Slept okay last night. Got about 750 more miles to go to get to Tempe by tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We're going to have to get moving here. I still got one more stop at a volcano to go hike. So we are going to be cutting this close, but come along for the ride. We're going to have a great day 3 out here on the road. right, so we took the 2-mile trip up the road. It was paved, pretty cool, lots of great views. They got a couple trails up here, so we're gonna check those out. So I'm gonna start on the Crater Rim Trail. It says it's a 1-mile loop with an elevation change of 305 feet, and it goes around the top of the crater. Yeah, this looks a little steep right off the bat. Said it wasn't too bad though, so we'll see how this goes. Let's go up top there. Whew, you can definitely feel the elevation up here. Just another incredible view they got. Oh man, this is some elevation. This is no joke climbing this. Whew. Definitely feel it with the altitude and the elevation. I think we're only about a quarter mile in too. Views are amazing though. Scenery, shrubbery gets prettier and prettier. I got a bench up here. Whew. Gonna be using that. Yeah, this bench came in handy. There's what I believe is the top. This is really steep. This might be a little hard to trail, but definitely feeling it. All right, so we just completed the Crater Rim Trail, which it wasn't too bad really. It's paved, but now we're going to go down into the actual volcano on this trail right here. All right, folks, I have reached the base of the volcano and didn't take me near as long as I thought it was. It was still kind of a long walk, but I'm looking at about 24 hours before I got to be in Phoenix. I'm a little over 700 miles away. So I think I'm going to try to add a little bonus park in since I've got a little bit of time to spare. I'm going to try to stop at Fort Union if I can make it there on time. All right, we made it out to Fort Union. It's a little bit about a 2-hour drive or so. It's extremely windy. This is pretty neat so far, though. The wind's just really picked up out here. It's a nice day overall, and interesting history with Fort Union. But looking forward to exploring, kind of seeing a little bit. Park closes here in about an hour, so I got to keep moving along here. But really looking forward to this. This looks pretty cool out here. Taking a little sit down here on one of the benches, but yeah, this is a really interesting fort. Just a lot of remnants left, and it's really big. There's a lot of space out here, and I don't know if you can see it all. Well, good morning, everyone. It's game day. Got to be honest with you, I kind of messed up yesterday. I humbled myself. I thought, yeah, for sure, I had enough time to make another stop at another national park site for Union, which I'm glad I did. It was really nice. But it turned out that I ended up getting stuck in traffic, a lot of traffic for quite a while. And so I only got as far as Gallup, New Mexico last night. And then I ended up having to stay at a pretty expensive Holiday Inn. So I'm going to be really pushing it to get there on time to Phoenix. Not looking to fail this challenge this close, but I'm going to have to be moving here to get there. Plus, they said the parking fills up fast. So you really got to get there early. So we're moving. I really messed up yesterday by making that extra stop that I didn't need to, but sometimes you just get excited for national park sites, but we're going to try to make this happen still. And just a quick update, we're at the 200-mile mark from the stadium. We are pedal to the metal here, not slowing down, going to be cutting close. Really messed this one up, but I think we're still going to be able to pull it off. So we have left I-40, and I'm doing what I call the descent down to the Phoenix Valley. 179 miles to go. So let's hope no traffic stops, no delays, no construction zone, just smooth driving. Okay, well, I said let's hope there's no construction, and here we are, literally in the middle of nowhere, and there's a 1-lane construction project going on. Oh boy. All right, quick update here. We are 85 miles away. I've got about 2 hours to get there. So let's hope we make it. Just crossing through the town of Payson. Well, folks, we made it with about an hour and 20 minutes left. Not quite sure how we did that. Didn't think we were going to make it, but just got some good lights and good traffic. So Major League Baseball doesn't let you film inside, but we're going to go on in. And if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe. We got more of these travel type episodes coming your way. And thanks again for watching the Roadside Oddities, and glad you're along for the journey.